This is Insider World. Many of us are unaware of the creative potential of our imagination and often succumb to the limitations of our perceived reality, accepting life as it unfolds. However, once you tap into this creative force within you, you will confidently assert the supremacy of imagination and make everything in your life subject to it. When we speak of the divine power within humans, we often overlook the fact that this power is within us. This is the creative force that shapes our reality. Everything in this world is as pliable as clay in the hands of a potter, shaped and molded by the spirit of imagination. Let me share with you a moving story of a young girl who had just turned 17. It was Christmas Eve, a time of joy and celebration, but she was engulfed in sorrow because she had lost her father in an accident earlier that year. She was unskilled and had taken up a job as a waitress to make ends meet. On this particular night, she was returning home late. It was raining, and the streetcar was filled with cheerful boys and girls heading home for their Christmas holidays. She couldn't hold back her tears, but the rain helped hide them. As she held on to the rail of the streetcar, she let her imagination take flight. She imagined that the rain was not rain, but the spray from the ocean. The taste she felt was not the salt of her tears, but the salt of the sea in the wind. She was not in San Diego. She was on a ship, sailing into the Bay of Samoa. She allowed herself to be fully immersed in the reality of her imagination. 10 days later, she received a letter from a firm in Chicago. Her aunt, who had sailed to Europe several years ago, had left her $3,000 to be given to her if she did not return to America. The firm had just been informed of her aunt's death and was now acting on her instructions. A month later, the girl sailed for Samoa. As she entered the bay late at night, she felt the salt of the sea in the wind. It was not raining, but there was a spray in the air. She was living the reality she had imagined a month before. The crux of this technique is simple. You need to know exactly what you want. Once you have that clarity, create a vivid representation of what you would see, touch, and do when you achieve your desire. For instance, if you desire a home but lack the financial means, create a lifelike representation of the home you desire, with all the things you want in it. As you prepare to sleep at night, imagine that you are actually in that house. Feel the texture of the furniture. Move from one room to another in your imagined house and go to sleep in that state. You will manifest your house in a way you could not consciously devise. If you aspire for a promotion, ask yourself what additional responsibilities you would have if you were given this promotion. What would you do, say? See, and how would you act? Then, in your imagination, begin to see, touch, and act as you would if you were in that position. If you are seeking the love of your life, imagine what you would do if you found them. For instance, if you are a woman, you would definitely wear a wedding ring. Feel the ring on your finger. Give it all the sensory vividness you can and sleep in that state. The key is to anchor your imagination in the feeling of the wish fulfilled and remain there. Our ability to dwell in the feeling of the wish fulfilled determines our capacity to live a more abundant life. Most of us are afraid to imagine ourselves as significant and noble individuals, capable of great achievements. We limit ourselves with our fears and insecurities. But remember, Your imagination is your own fertile field for growing any seedlings that you choose to plant for a future harvest. You are the artist of your life, and your imagination is the canvas on which you can paint any picture you desire. The universe is your catalog, and you can place an order for anything you want, using the currency of faith and belief. So, dream big. Believe in your dreams and let your imagination run wild. The only limit is the one you set for yourself. Remember, the world is a reflection of your dominant thoughts. As you journey through life, let your imagination be your guide. It will lead you to paths you never thought possible. It will open doors where there were only walls. It will create opportunities where there were only obstacles. Harness the power of your imagination. Use it to create the life of your dreams. Use it to become the person you aspire to be. Use it to make a difference in the world. Because the power of imagination is the ultimate creative power. Keep imagining, keep believing, and keep creating. Your future is in your hands, and with the power of imagination, you can create a future that is as beautiful and as fulfilling as you desire.